a British female. I love this country and I give this country. Now you're calling me a problem. I don't think I am. I think you are. Second point is, as a Muslim female, okay, my parents might not let me go somewhere late at night because people are racist to me. They tell me to go back home and they hurt me. I got hit by 2 white guys and they laughed at me because I'm a scoffy, okay?
Hello everyone, how you all doing? Welcome back again to another beautiful and amazing reaction video. Guys, we are going to be checking out this video and the title reads, "This is not racist. Douglas Murray leave young Muslim speechless on free speech." So no further talking, let's dive into it and check it out.
British female, I love this country and I give this country. Now you're calling me a problem. I don't think I am. I think you are. Second point is, as a Muslim female, okay, my parents might not...
But do not mix up somebody, a thug, a racist, and so on, attacking somebody in a street with the right of Fleming and me to say what we see in the Quran, what we think of Muhammad, and maybe even asserting our right to say so.
Okay, all right, now...
You are about to see Douglas Murray tell the truth as it is. Douglas Murray breaks the silence on immigration and speaks what is on everyone's mind. In the following clip, Douglas Murray educates a young Muslim student. Douglas Murray did not hold back.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Tariq says that Europeans associate Islam with violence. There is some truth in that. There is also a very obvious reason for that, which is that Islam is associated with violence. It was not Buddhists who flew planes into the Twin Towers. It was not Hindus or Jews that blew up the London Underground buses a few years ago. And that simple fact has to be acknowledged if you're even going to start a dialogue. Now, what is happening, ladies and gentlemen, it's not a pantomime. I'd argue that Europe has done not too badly, considering the circumstances. In the middle of the last century, there was an almost negligible Muslim presence in Europe. At the turn of the 21st, in Western Europe alone, there were 15 to 17 million Muslims. That's a very fast migration, ladies and gentlemen, one of the fastest in human history. And no society would find it easy to deal with that kind of migration. As it happens, European societies, Western European societies have, I think, dealt with this much better than some would. Certainly, Muslims coming to live in Britain and in Western Europe enjoy more rights and better rights, among them freedom of worship, than they do in any Islamic country in the earth here today. We do have a problem. We have a problem when the failures of Islam throughout the world, the failures of all Islamic societies, come here into Britain. Their intolerance of freedom of conscience, their intolerance of apostates, their intolerance of freedom of expression and freedom of speech, their intolerance of minorities, other religious minorities, sexual minorities, their intolerance of gays, their dislike and distrust of half of the population, women, and many, many other things. And the call, what's more, for a parallel legal system within Britain and European societies. This is monstrous. No other group behaves like this, asks for parallel laws. This is a fundamental problem, and it's one we're going to have to deal with. It's a problem between a society, Western Europe, that believes that laws are based on reason, and Islam that believes that they are based on revelation. Between these two ideas, I'm not sure there is very much compromise for Europe. It is not Europe that has let down its Muslims, but the Muslims of Europe that have let down Europe. This is not solely something which we have to say we can never reconcile. Of course we can reconcile this, but we need to be honest about it. We need to be frank about it, and we cannot avoid things just because they are unpleasant. And if there were one thing I would wish Muslims in Europe could learn today, as fast as possible, it would be this: that you have no right in this society not to be offended. You have no right to say that because you don't like something, you can commit violence, or you would like something to be stopped or censored. You have no right to have more hate laws, or hate crime laws, or hate speech laws, just to defend Islam. You have to realize, the Muslims of Europe have to realize, that a society in which even your deepest feelings can be trodden upon is the only society worth living in. And the sooner we can learn that, the sooner that Islam can learn that within Europe, the better. It is not Europe that has failed its Muslims. It is Islam that has failed Europe. I'd argue Islam has failed its Muslims. Thank you.
Douglas Murray brings attention to the rapid and unprecedented migration of Muslims into Europe. a phenomenon that no society can easily absorb in a short period. This mass migration is one of the fastest in human history, and it's understandable that it would bring significant challenges. Despite these challenges, European societies have made commendable efforts to accommodate these new arrivals, providing them with rights and freedoms that are often lacking in their countries of origin. Europe's approach to integration has been notably generous. For example, countries like Germany and Sweden have welcomed large numbers of refugees, offering them housing, education, and health care. This level of support is a testament to Europe's commitment to human rights and dignity. In contrast, many Islamic countries, even wealthy ones, have been less willing to take in refugees, highlighting a stark difference in approaches. However, integration is not a one-way street. While European societies strive to be inclusive and supportive, it's equally important for Muslim communities to adapt to the values and norms of their new homes. This means embracing core Western principles such as freedom of expression, gender equality, and secular laws. These values are fundamental to European society and are essential for maintaining social cohesion and harmony. Statistics support Murray's concerns about integration. For instance, studies have shown that second-generation immigrants in Europe often experience higher unemployment rates and face greater challenges in education compared to their native counterparts. This indicates that integration efforts need to be more robust and that immigrant communities must engage more actively in the process.
Young lady here with the headscarf, and then we'll come to our panel.
I'm a British female. I love this country and I give this country. Now you're calling me a problem. I don't think I am. I think you are. Second point is, as a Muslim female, okay, my parents might not let me go somewhere late at night because people are racist to me. They tell me to go back home and they hurt me. I got hit by 2 white guys and they laughed at me because I'm a scarfy, okay? Last point is to Mr. Fleming, about the point where you said about the religion, changing religion. Every person has the right to. No one says anything about that. But if you had a daughter or a son that wanted to become a Muslim, would you be happy about that? I don't think so.
Douglas, I want to ask you, you heard some of the people from the floor there, the woman complaining about attacks on her because she's described as a scarfie because she wears a head veil. I mean, that is something that you would regret. I mean, that doesn't promote social cohesion, does it?
Nobody thinks that any physical attacks or any such thing could be a good thing to happen. Of course not. Of course there are. Let's make sure we're right.
Talking about
prejudice exists in society. Let's just be absolutely clear as an audience. Prejudice undoubtedly exists in this society. It exists across racial groups, including from minorities to other minorities, after all, which is one of the things we see increasingly in Britain these days. And it is also the case that people, in particularly famously lower socioeconomic groups, are likely to feel hatred for other groups. That is one of the things that has to be tackled, and everyone, I think, in this hall, I'm sure, we're in agreement that that should be tackled. But do not mix up somebody, a thug, a racist, and so on, attacking somebody in a street with the right of Fleming and me to say what we see in the Quran, what we think of Muhammad, and maybe even asserting our right to say so.
Okay, all right, now...
I completely agree with Douglas Murray on this one. Freedom of speech is the cornerstone of Western civilization. It allows people to express their ideas, challenge prevailing norms, and foster innovation and progress. However, this freedom also means that people will inevitably encounter opinions and expressions that they find offensive. The appropriate response is not to demand censorship or special protections, but to engage in dialogue and debate. A notable example of the clash over free speech involves the publication of cartoons depicting the Prophet Muhammad. These cartoons, first published in a Danish newspaper in 2005, sparked global protests and debates about the limits of free speech. While many in the Muslim community found the cartoons deeply offensive, the broader Western response emphasized the importance of protecting the right to free expression, even when it is controversial or provocative. Statistics show that societies that uphold freedom of speech tend to be more innovative and economically prosperous. According to the World Economic Forum, countries with strong protections for free speech, such as the United States and those in Western Europe, often rank higher in global innovation indices. This correlation underscores the value of maintaining a culture where ideas can be freely exchanged. Prominent figures have supported Murray's stance. For instance, Salman Rushdie, who faced death threats over his book, The Satanic Verses, has consistently argued for the importance of free speech. Rushdie contends that giving in to demands for censorship only emboldens those who seek to suppress dissenting voices. He emphasizes that a free society must stand firm in defending the right to critique and question all beliefs, including religious ones.
Wow, what a nice one, guys. Like, oh, I just love the debate. I love the interaction. I love Douglas Murray's speech. Guys, you know what I call Douglas Murray? I call him the international treasure. This man is he's so wise, he's so talented. I love his integrity, I love his speech, and I love the way he analyzes things. And I also love the fact that he doesn't fear anyone. Yes, he doesn't fear to tell you the truth. He doesn't tell you to tell you what is right and what is wrong. So that is one thing that I learned, that I love most about Douglas Murray. Guys, let me tell you, the Muslims, like, Douglas Murray does not have any problem with you guys. The Muslims, he don't have any problem with you guys. But where Douglas Murray have problem with the Muslims is that, like, if you decide to leave your father's country to the Christian land, where he is having problem is that you should not come there to cause nuisance. You should not come there to cause problem. You should not come there and start introducing your own religion. You should not come there and start making the people to believe in your own way of life, for them to believe in your own religion or to accept your own culture, your own traditions, your own value. Guys, like, is that really possible? Is that possible? Like, how can you go to someone's country and you start making the people to start living the way you are living? You want them to start believing in what you are believing, whereas you are the one that's supposed to be living according to their own traditions, according to their own values, according to their own customs. You, as an immigrant, you are the one to be following all their rules, all their principles. But I think this is the other way around. You start making these people to start living the way you are living. So I don't think that Douglas Murray have any problem with you. No, he does not have any problem with you. Where he has problem is when you migrate, when you come and you start bringing problem, causing a lot of nuisance, making the place not to be, making them feel like they are the bad one while you are the good one. That is where they have problem with you. I always said it. If you are an immigrant and you decide that you want to go to so country and live, at least you should see that country as your own. Some of the good things that you will do to make your country a better place, I think you should always do that in that very country. Because going there and start causing problem, like, no any government that will accept that. Yes, I will not accept that. Like me, I am from Africa. Let's say, for instance, you come to my place in Africa that you want to start living. All of a sudden, you start creating nuisance, you start looking for my trouble, you start bringing problem. Guys, what is the next thing that you will expect from me? What I will tell you is that go back to your country. If you doesn't love my country, then why don't you go back? If you doesn't love here, then go back. That is what I will tell you, and that is normal. So you shouldn't get any offend when someone tell you to go back to your country, especially when you know that you have done something wrong, or especially when you know that you have done something that warrants that person to tell you that. So I don't think you should feel bad about that. So to me, what Douglas Murray is saying is, he is talking he's relying more on peace. He's talking about peace, that if you come to this country, embrace peace, embrace unity, follow the laws of the country, the principles, stop causing nuisance, stop bringing problems, stop making the people that you went there to meet, stop making them to feel that they are the racist one. Why you are the one. And guys, let me tell you one thing about most of these immigrants. Some of these immigrant guys, so most of these people, they refuse to see their own errors, they refuse to see their own faults, they refuse to see their own weakness, their own shortcomings. They are not seeing that at all. They are not seeing that. Even when they fail, if they fail the law, and when they are being punished for that, they begin to blame the whites, they begin to blame the British, that the British doesn't love them, that the British doesn't like them, that is why they treated them in that way, and they refuse to even look at their own fault. They are not looking at their own side at all. They are not seeing their own negative side at all. They are just complaining that it is the white problem, whereas they are the problem. They refuse to accept their mistake. They refuse to learn. And you don't expect any government or any country to just sit down and be looking at you, even when you are going against the law of the country. You don't expect them to just sit down quietly and be watching you to rule what they have labored for a long time ago. Like, no one will ever do that. Let me say, for instance, I have a friend that pays me a visit, and when this my friend visit, before this friend visits me, I was living so happy. I was in peace with my husband, with my neighbors, and all of a sudden, when that friend come, quarrel here and there, fighting here and there every day, what is the next thing that I'm supposed to do? What is the next action? The next action is to tell the person to move. Yes, I will tell you to move, leave my house. That is what I'm going to say, because something I've been building for years, like, I can't just lose it just because of you, just because of your own ignorance. So I think most of these Muslims and most of the Muslims, immigrants, they should start accepting the culture of the land, their traditions, their values, their rules, their principles, their way of life. I think they should start accepting it and stop influencing them or introducing their own cultures, because it's not possible. It can never be possible. You cannot be in my house and you will be telling me how to live in my house. I don't think that is ever possible. Okay, so guys, I'm so excited sharing this with you guys, and ever since I've been watching Douglas Murray, guys, like, I've really learned a lot. This man I love his speech. His speech are so vital. Whenever he makes any points, they are always so accurate. So guys, you know that I would always appreciate and welcome every of your comments. So let me know what you think about this video in the comment section, and I would really appreciate every bit of that. So guys, thank you all for watching. Stay tuned and see you all in my next one. Bye.